place called the Pier, and we were known as the Pier Gang, funny enough. But we just spent our youth by the sea, jump in the sea from the wall down here, learn to swim here, climb the cliff, which we shouldn't really have been doing, but we did. Just a smashing place to grow up. Does your heart good, I think. Oh, you're dead. I tell you are dead.
Dad worked for Diageo and for Guinness for so many years that it was like that's where he works, that's his workplace. But it wasn't just his workplace, it was his career. I heard on the radio that they were talking about Diageo and them possibly closing the plant.
I never worried about it because I suppose Paul is so well known in the industry. I knew someone would, you're a good catch, like.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah, but that's.
For you, maybe.
But you were the last man out of it, and you were the first man back in.
Yeah.
It's a bit strange, yeah.
Because he
I kind of turned off the lights, which was a bit sad in a way.
Yeah. I remember being in college and you ringing me and saying, oh, you know, it's that's it, like.
Going back in after the site was closed for 2 years and to see the weeds growing up through the middle of the yard,
so sad.
where
soul destroying, really.
well, it was. I mean, the weeds were growing in the concrete, which was actually scary. Nature was taking the place back. Happily, this site, the maintenance regime was pretty good on it. I was here in the time with Diageo, and I was the supervisor for the guys here for the actual asset care team, but I was based electrically. I was interested to see who Mark really was. We had a discussion and I showed him exactly what was in there and explained to him, say, the technology that he had, which is state of the art even in 2003, and it's still state of the art. Cut a long story short, he asked me would I like to work for him, and I said yes. He said he hadn't got a contract, and I said I'd shake his hand, and we shook hands and kind of hit the ground running then in January 2015. It was just a magical year. I think I remember the day it was with you actually when we went chasing after the stills. And we actually finally saw them. It was like a revelation to see the sun glistening on the copper and they're coming in, and that was the link that put the whole distillery together really, wasn't it, you know? Absolutely brilliant. We got them. I think that'll stick in my mind forevermore. In virtually 9 months we had our first distillation. Everything we put together, especially within the construction element of it, I suppose relief really was the thing at the end of the day, plus pride. I think pride was a big thing.
Well done, man!
I take on everything, anything to do with the distillery, from even the engineering point of view, which I share with Anthony. Getting the contractors in, getting prices in, making sure we get the right prices, more to the point. Whatever Mark comes up with his ideas, see if I can actually put them into reality. This actually here will actually control the mash house. This is saying hot liquor to weak work tank pump. So literally what you have in here is the control system that when the SCADA upstairs and the operator selects a pump, or the automatic program selects a pump, and when the pump is called for, this contractor will come in and the pump will start pumping. So in other words, they're all just individual, but part of the greater scheme of things. It's a full motor control centre here. It's a very modern plant. I suppose, as Mark says, it's a bit like a Star Trek enterprise. We've put in a lot of work and effort, and Anthony has especially, with preventative maintenance and stuff like that. That's paying dividends, where we really didn't have any downtime due to any mechanical failure last year, and the aim is probably to do the same thing this year. We've replaced, say for instance, the lighting here with LED lighting, plus any time where we can actually put in inverters, which are cost saving. So in other words, it'll actually slow down the actual speed of pumps, which actually saves on electricity. The most cost-effective solution is to try, obviously, energy save. It's an unusual distillery, and it's unusual where we have the stills, they're all on stilts. Visually, the stills, when you come round the side where the glass wall is,
I think especially at night time when you see it and they're just kind of coming up the front of you and the light is coming behind them. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. You know, especially with Mark's influence, it's not like an ordinary brewery, for instance. There's a bit of magic about the whiskey.
Hi, Paul.
It's a dream come true, really, the fact that it's going as good as it is. People are asking questions, you know, going to a shop, supermarket, anywhere like that. You know, because you have the Waterford Distillery logo on you, they're saying, oh, you're into the distillery and tell me about it and what do you do?
I've been flushed. I suppose the guys that we have in the team, really, they're very professional in what they do as well. I think it just generates a feeling of ease where people know the job and they can get on with the job. I suppose if they use the old cliche family situation.
You know, we have a story where a lot of other places don't have a story, they're just producing.